I'm Dwayne and this is The Dish. On this show we're going to make a trio of pizzas. The first one is going to be a pear, onion, and blue cheese pizza. The second one is going to be a barbecued chicken pizza. And the third one is a focaccia with onions, feta cheese, rosemary, and black olives. Our first pizza, the pear, onion, and blue cheese pizza, we're going to need the following ingredients. First of all, pizza dough. Second is going to be some grapes. We're going to need some blue cheese, some sprigs of thyme, walnuts, a pear, onions that are going to be sautéed and nearly caramelized, arugula, and some roasted garlic. The first ingredient we have to prep is going to be our onions. So I've already done most of them, but I'm going to show you how to slice up the onion to get it where we need it to be. First thing you want to do is to peel it. So we're going to take off both ends. We're going to slice it in half. Take off peel. And the other side. Then all we're going to do is to give it some slices, about 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch slices, like so. Same with this one. We're going to heat up a cast iron skillet with some olive oil. Our cast iron skillet, we're just going to give it a couple of drizzles of olive oil, about like so. Now that our oil is heated up, we're going to place our onions in the pan. Those are enough onions for a couple of different recipes that we're going to make, so only part of what I put in the pan is going to be used for the pear, onion, and blue cheese pizza. Now we need our roasted garlic. Prepare your roasted garlic by taking an entire bulb of garlic and cut off one end. You can throw away any of the loose skins and the top. Have ready a piece of foil that's going to completely cover the bulb of garlic as it roasts in the oven. Place the garlic on top of the foil and drizzle onto the bulb of garlic some good quality olive oil. This will filter down in through the cloves of garlic as it roasts in the oven. Add a couple of pinches of salt and some freshly ground black pepper. Again, as it roasts, this is going to filter down and season the garlic. Now take your foil and seal in the garlic so none of the juices leak out during the roasting process. Place this in a hot oven about 400 degrees until the garlic bulb is soft. Once the garlic comes out of the oven, to remove the garlic from the bulb, what you do is just squeeze it out, and it comes out with the consistency of applesauce. Roasting the garlic adds a nutty, almost a sweet flavor to the garlic and takes care of all of that bitterness that sometimes you can get in garlic. If you wanted to, you could actually just go ahead and try this. And it tastes sweet, and it tastes nutty, nothing like a raw piece of garlic that you're used to. While the onions are sauteing, we're going to get the rest of our ingredients prepped, which in the cooking business is called mise en place. So the next thing that we're going to need are our grapes. What I do on the grapes, just to keep them from rolling off of the dough, is to cut them in half. You can put them in whole, but then they have a tendency to roll off of the dough or the piece that you're eating. When they're in half, they stay much more steady. So I've got probably 30 grapes here, which when cut in half is going to give us 60 pieces. That's going to be probably enough. The thing about the pear and onion and blue cheese pizza is you don't want to overdo the amount of toppings that are on it. It's easy to do. I've made this many times, and the first couple I tended to overcoat the dough. So I'm always I'm trying not to do that. Our next ingredient is going to be some walnuts, which I probably have about, again, 3 tablespoons of walnuts just coarsely chopped. Don't want too small, don't want too big. That's probably about the size I'm looking for right there. So we're going to put that back in the bowl. Hold off the lid. Our next item is going to be our pear. Any kind of pear you want to use, whether it's a Bosc or a Bartlett, it doesn't make any difference. Just make sure that it's nice and ripe. And we're going to core this. Just take it in half, and then take it into quarters. And then your core is going to be basically this piece of each of your 4 pieces. So putting it on your cutting board and just cutting down at an angle gets your core out just like that. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I don't peel the pear. You want to keep that as natural as possible. That's where all your vitamins are. So I'm just going to cut this into pieces about the size of your little fingernail. So we'll just go across like so. And then like that. And any larger pieces, just go ahead and half them. Like that. And that's our last quarter of our pear. This may actually end up being a little bit too much pear, but for now, we're just going to go with that, and I think we'll use as much as we need to. Okay, the next item that we're going to prep is going to be our blue cheese. We're just going to need some crumbles of this. So I'm not going to use the entire amount that you see here. I'm just going to take a fork and break apart probably a half a cup. Looks like about a half a cup of blue cheese. That's about all I'm going to need for this recipe.